this is Joe from Gamers L Cinema, and we have a camping commentary today. We're going to give our views about camping and how we feel it affects the game of MW3. This match is Connor and I. Connor's best hunt. I am huntdux. We are playing on, what map is this?
This is the map Underground.
We're playing on Underground, and I camp the entire time. Connor runs around with the AA-12. We both do really well, but we feel like camping's a legitimate strategy in this game.
Kind of.
And I think that it's one of the most controversial strategies, and that people get mad at people who camp, and people like to piss other people off by camping. I don't know. As you can see here, this is all I do. I camp in this low area. I go on a pretty good kill streak. I got my ACR here, and I'm just working on the, what's this kill streak called?
The specialist kill streak.
Specialist kill streak, yeah. And I'm camping. I got my bouncing bank sitting on the other side. I really feel that camping is a strategy that can be used. I don't get mad at people who camp, because I feel like if you know someone's camping on a spot, it is pretty easy to kill them using grenades, and you'll snipe them. I mean, you don't have to go fight them head on. If you're going to go fight a camper, don't ever just run at them. That's how they kill you. That's how camping works. You wait people to run in front of you. That's the strategy I use this entire game. I do pretty well. But people think that running around is, I don't know, more legitimate gameplay, because it's more head-on battles. You don't have an advantage against anybody when you run around. Well, you might shoot them in the back, which is another strategy I love, shooting people in the back. But
except for when you die in the back, then you kind of get PO'd if someone killed you in the back. But when you shoot someone in the back, then it's okay. Yeah. No one cares then.
Shooting people in the back is my favorite strategy. But then, if I'm doing bad about running around, I sit down and camp. This is one of my worst maps. That's why I camped it. What do you feel about camping?
Okay, me personally, I like the rush, even though, okay, well, the only time I camp is when, if I'm doing, like, complete crap on rushing, like, they're getting a ton of kill streaks, and my KDR is just going to crap, I just pull off a quick camp, go even, and then I'll start rushing again. But most of the time, I'm out rushing because I like it. I feel like I get more contact, and it's just funner for me. But I don't know, if I go really try hard, I'll start camping. But like if you're going for Moab, M-O-A-B, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. But as far as other people camping, it can sometimes piss me off. And when it does piss me off, I go like, well, I'll just do it then. If they're camping, I'll camp. But yeah, like Joey said, you can get them. You can kill campers pretty easy with a well-placed grenade. Or you can camp right in front of them, and as soon as they pop their head up or step out, you can just take them real quick. It's not that hard to kill a camper, but if you do run right at them, that can be definitely a problem, and that's how they get huge kill streaks and just dominate. And also, if they're not in well coverage, you can always call an airstrike or air support on their position if they're really annoying you. And that's pretty much all I have to say about camping, and I do think it is somewhat of a strategy if you're going like for a Moab, but other than that, I don't really do it. Connor?
Okay, well, my feeling on camping is I don't really enjoy doing it, but I might do it, like, non-voluntarily, where I might stop for a second, read the UAV, and see what I can see from where the enemies would be at, and then you always have to think about the people that have Assassin, and whenever someone has Assassin, it kind of just ruins the game. And the only time, honestly, that I ever use Assassin is when I'm running the Specialist kill streak, and you get Assassin Pro so fast, even just by running Specialist. Although I'm not going to lie, it's normally the first perk that I put on as my Specialist just because it's honestly the most overpowered perk in the entire game. Although even when I'm going on high kill streaks and everything, I just love to use Hardline because I normally get BS'd by kills where I just get a bunch of like deaths and then I just get assists, and the assists normally add up for using Hardline Pro because 2 assists will always count towards your kills. And that's pretty much what my main idea about camping would be, although I don't enjoy doing it, as I already said. I try not to, but if I accidentally do, then I normally go back into my rush, and the only time I think I ever purposely camp is when I know that I'm like 2 or 3 off an MOAB, which we're gonna try to get one of those gameplays up eventually, but right now the theater mode is just not working out for us. It keeps on glitching out.
MW3 theater mode sucks. That's all I gotta say about that. If you notice Connor's strategy, just getting around with his AA-12. There he is right there. He just runs around. And if you look at the kill feed, you'll see multiple times, best done, AA-12, and then whoever he killed. If you're going to see the final score in this game when we end it, and we both did really well. He had more kills than me running around. But the KDR when you camp is always better. It's just one of the things about camping. You don't die very often.
But I do think we should make a guide sometime on like a rushing guide sometime.
Yeah, well, running around, you have to know where you're going. You have to have a strategy. You can't just, if you run around aimlessly, you will be shot in the back. You will be cornered. You'll never find yourself approaching the enemy in the right way. But the main thing is reading your radar and knowing where the other team is spawning. Those are the two main points when you're rushing. But when you're camping, you pretty much just sit in your area and just look in front of you. It's the simplest, noobiest way to get kills. And that's why people get mad, is because it doesn't even take skill to camp. You just gotta sit and camp an area out, throw down a claymore, a bouncing Betty, and you're good.
Sit there with blind eye assassin and a silencer, and I don't think anyone's ever really going to see you. And another main thing with camping is that your camping will be countered by your teammates. Because we all know sometimes you get a teammate where they just want to sit next to a camper and just shoot their unsilenced weapon aimlessly into the air and wait for someone to come over and kill you. Or if you have too many people rushing on your team and you try to camp a small area like the corner that Joe was camping earlier, if you have too many people rushing, then they're going to flip the spawns and the enemies are going to spawn right on top of you. Like, I have an example. For example, one time I was playing with another one of my YouTube friends on this map, this exact map, and I was camping the corner to the right over by where Joe's at, by the red, I guess the trolley, I'm not quite sure what they call it, because this is a foreign map with a bus, and I was camping right at that staircase, and then my teammates were all rushing, and they all started spawning in that open left area that Joe is looking at right now, so I was able to spawn camp their entire team all the way up to getting really close to a Moab. And so if you have too many rushers, then the spawns are going to flip, and even if you're camping, you just have to be aware of that.
Well, that's the whole game. It ends with me getting a double kill, which, headshots, I gotta admit, without the headshots I wouldn't have killed this last guy. Look at the final score here. We both got in the upper 20s of kills. It was a good game for both of us.